Anger is a natural human emotion, one that everyone experiences at some point in their lives. It's a universal feeling that transcends cultures and backgrounds. Everyone experiences anger from time to time. It's a normal response to feeling threatened, frustrated, or even helpless in certain situations. However, it's important to remember that while anger itself is not inherently bad, letting it control you can have serious consequences. When anger takes over, it can damage your health, your relationships, and your overall well-being. It can lead to stress, anxiety, and even physical ailments. Think of anger like fire. In its controlled form, it can be beneficial. A controlled fire can be useful. It can warm our homes, cook our food, and provide light in the darkness. It can bring people together, creating a sense of community and comfort. But an uncontrolled fire is dangerous. It can spread rapidly, causing destruction and chaos. It can burn and destroy everything in its path, leaving devastation in its wake. Similarly, controlled anger can be a powerful force for good, motivating us to address injustices and make positive changes in our lives and communities. But uncontrolled anger is destructive, leading to regretful words and actions that can harm ourselves and others. It's crucial to recognize the difference between healthy expressions of anger and destructive anger. Healthy anger can be expressed through assertive communication and problem-solving. Healthy anger involves assertive communication and problem-solving, allowing us to address issues constructively. While destructive anger manifests as aggression, hostility, and resentment, often leading to further conflict and pain. Learning to recognize the signs of unhealthy anger is the first step towards managing it effectively. This self-awareness can help us take control of our emotions. Remember, you have the power to choose how you respond to anger-provoking situations. You can take a step back, breathe, and decide on a constructive response. You can let anger control you, leading to negative consequences and regret, or you can learn to manage it healthily, promoting personal growth and stronger relationships. The choice is yours. Embrace the power of controlled anger and let it guide you towards positive change. Uncontrolled anger can wreak havoc on your mental health. It's not just a fleeting emotion, it can have long-lasting effects on your overall well-being. It keeps your body in a constant state of stress, which can be incredibly taxing over time, leading to a surge of hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These stress hormones prepare your body for a fight-or-flight response. This prolonged exposure to stress hormones can have serious consequences, including chronic fatigue and insomnia, increasing your risk of developing anxiety disorders, depression, and other mental health conditions. These issues can compound over time, making it harder to break free from the cycle of anger. Furthermore, anger can cloud your judgment, leading to poor decision-making, making it difficult to think clearly and rationally. This can affect your ability to solve problems and make sound decisions. When you're angry, your emotions often take the driver's seat, overshadowing logic and reason, leading to impulsive decisions and actions that you may later regret. These impulsive actions can strain relationships and create additional stress. This lack of emotional regulation can negatively impact your work, relationships, and overall decision-making abilities. It can create a hostile environment both at home and at work. Chronic anger can also contribute to feelings of isolation and loneliness. Over time, this can erode your social support network. People who struggle with anger management often push away loved ones, creating emotional distance, creating a vicious cycle of anger, isolation, and further anger. This cycle can be difficult to break without intervention. This social withdrawal can exacerbate mental health issues, making it even harder to seek help, and make it even more challenging to cope with anger effectively. The longer this cycle continues, the more entrenched these patterns can become. It's important to remember that managing anger is not about suppressing it entirely. Instead, it's about finding healthy ways to express it. Instead, it's about learning healthy coping mechanisms to express your anger constructively. Techniques like therapy, journaling, and mindfulness can be incredibly beneficial, and prevent it from negatively impacting your mental well-being. By taking proactive steps, you can break the cycle of uncontrolled anger and improve your quality of life. While the psychological impacts of uncontrolled anger are significant, the physical consequences are equally concerning. Anger is a powerful emotion that can trigger a cascade of physiological responses in your body, often without you even realizing it. When you're angry, your body goes into fight or flight mode, releasing a surge of hormones that prepare you to confront the perceived threat. This response is deeply rooted in our evolutionary history, designed to help us survive dangerous situations. This physiological response, while helpful in short bursts, can have detrimental effects on your body in the long term. Prolonged exposure to these stress hormones can lead to a variety of health issues. One of the most immediate physical reactions to anger is an increase in heart rate and blood pressure. Your heart starts to pump faster, and your blood vessels constrict, which can be dangerous if it happens frequently. Over time, this constant strain on your cardiovascular system can increase your risk of developing heart disease, stroke, and other serious health problems. It's like putting your heart through a rigorous workout every time you get angry. Additionally, chronic anger can weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to illness and infection. Your body's ability to fight off common colds and other infections diminishes. Anger can also manifest in physical symptoms such as headaches, muscle tension, digestive problems, and difficulty sleeping. These symptoms can become chronic if the anger is not managed properly. These physical manifestations of anger can further contribute to feelings of stress, anxiety, and overall poor health. It's a vicious cycle where anger leads to physical symptoms, which in turn lead to more anger and stress. It's essential to understand that neglecting the physical impacts of anger can have lasting consequences for your health and well-being. Being aware of these effects is the first step towards managing your anger effectively. By learning to manage your anger effectively, you're not just improving your mental state, you're also taking proactive steps to protect your physical health. Techniques such as meditation, yoga, and journaling can be incredibly beneficial in this regard. Perhaps the most devastating consequence of uncontrolled anger is its impact on relationships. Anger can erode trust, create distance, and ultimately destroy even the strongest bonds, leaving behind a trail of broken hearts and shattered connections. In personal relationships, anger often leads to arguments, resentment, and a breakdown of communication. Angry outbursts can hurt your loved ones, creating emotional scars that can be difficult to heal. This damage can extend beyond romantic relationships to friendships, family ties, and even interactions with colleagues and acquaintances. At work, uncontrolled anger can sabotage your professional life. Outbursts of anger can damage your reputation, create a hostile work environment, and even jeopardize your career prospects. It's important to remember that relationships thrive on trust, respect, and open communication. When anger takes over, these essential elements are often compromised, paving the way for misunderstandings, conflicts, and ultimately, the breakdown of the relationship.